Hi everyone, Kevin here. Just wanted to give you guys a little message today that was relayed to me a couple of weeks ago when my wife and I went to Berlin in Germany. We spent 4 or 5 days there, and while there we did a couple of tours that were centered around World War II and the Cold War era. And while we were there, we were doing a little tour along the Spree River, which runs right through town there. And during that tour, I got a little message from a spirit there. As we were walking along the river, I got a very clear image of a young man that was trying to cross the river from the other side over, which was something that was I wouldn't say frequent, but it was something that some of the people did during the Cold War time when there was East and West Berlin. Some of the people would try to escape to West Berlin by either crossing over the wall or swimming across the river. And I got a very clear vision one day of this man, young man, that was trying to attempt to flee East Berlin and reach West Berlin by way of scuba diving. Very abrupt thought. I was like, okay, what's happening here? But while on the tour, this came to me, and I didn't really have a whole lot of time to digest that as the tour was moving along. But a little later on, after the tour was over, about an hour and a half later, my wife and I stumbled across a few kind of memorial crosses that were probably a couple hundred yards away from that section of the river, and they were all attached to some fencing at the large Tier Garden there. And we were reading through some of those crosses and come to find out that those were some of the people that died trying to make their way from West Berlin to East Berlin. And there were some QR codes on those little crosses with images of each individual person that perished. And on those crosses there was a little QR code on the side. I saw my wife scanning one of those, so I said, let me take a look too. I went to scan one in front of me, and I was like, I'm not supposed to scan this one. You know, I had spirit telling me, hey, go over 2 over. So I went 2 over, scanned that cross, and what came up was a young man by the name of Ingo Kruger that attempted to flee East Berlin and make it over to West Berlin by way of scuba diving. And he ended up drowning. It looks like he had some scuba equipment that may have malfunctioned that caused him to drown on that particular day. But I went and later looked up the fact that he is the only person that ever attempted to cross the river during that time via scuba equipment. So I thought that was an amazing bit of spirit communication that came to me that day. And I'm going to show you a picture of him right about now, as well as the little description that I received when I scanned his QR code. Thanks.